We're down to the final four teams after this weekend's NFL divisional round playoffs. For more to recap the highlights, we're joined right now by TSN BarDown's KIRK. Eric, good to see you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us again. So here we are, the Bengals advancing to their second straight AFC Championship game after bouncing the Bills in pretty, handy fashion yesterday.
Yeah, what was supposed to be an upset, which was the only upset we saw in divisional weekend, if you can even really call it that. The Bengals, one of the best teams in the NFL, really marched into Buffalo and showed that they were not afraid to play the Bills. They were not afraid to play the Bills in Buffalo, and they're excited to move on to KC. You heard it from Joe Burrow himself. He said, get those refunds for all those neutral site tickets purchased. That game will not be happening. The Bengals head to Arrowhead, and the Bills defense could not hang with Joe Burrow and that tight offense. Jamar Chase looked unbelievable. And what can you say? It's a rematch from last year's AFC Championship. Should be a very exciting game again.
Let's just quickly talk, Eric, though. Damar Hamlin appearing at that game yesterday didn't give the Bills the lift they wanted, but it certainly was good to see him in the stadium nevertheless.
Of course, after suffering one of the more shocking injuries the NFL has ever seen just a short month ago, to be out of the hospital, moving around, and at the game, the Bills fans were delighted to see him. The Bills were delighted to see him. Unfortunately, they couldn't pull the win out for him, but nevertheless, great to see him around and moving. Yeah,
that was great to see indeed. And when he was sort of encouraging the fans to stand up and giving the heart symbol, that was amazing stuff. Okay, let's talk about the other game that you've already mentioned, Eric. The Chiefs getting through to the game again with a win over Jacksonville on Saturday. And Mahomes gets that ankle injury, but still a spectacular performance.
Yeah, and you saw the offensive line kind of just say, okay, we can't allow any more pressure for the rest of this game. Chad Henne did a great job coming in and supporting for the drive that he needed to. But Mahomes really played through that injury, and the line was solidified, and he got to move the ball as he did under an injury that for any other position virtually ends a season. So the fact that he even came back and kept playing was very, very tough of him to finish that game, let alone that he didn't even hesitate to say he's playing next week. So the Chiefs, they're the team to beat in the AFC. We knew that coming in. The Jags played a great game and gave them a real run for their money towards the end there. But again, it'll have to go through Arrowhead to make it to the Super Bowl.
It reminds me of Tiger Woods at the U.S. Open about 10 years ago when he was playing on that one knee, right? I mean, just like a remarkable performance. Okay, Eric, let's talk about the other Saturday game, Philadelphia against the Giants. Phillies great season continues here.
Philly looked like they weren't even fazed by a playoff game. They came out against a very good New York defense who shut down Justin Jefferson and a very strong Minnesota offense the week before and made it look like they weren't even trying. They scored 4 touchdowns immediately in this game, and they just looked like they couldn't be stopped. So Jalen Hurts and that Philadelphia offense has been so good. Their underrated pass rush on the Phillies defensive side of the ball, too, kept Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley in check all game. And it looked like they just could do no wrong in a real rout of the Giants.
Yeah, it was sort of never in doubt, like you said, just sort of like right from the get-go. That was it. And, of course, last night, Niners, Cowboys for the NFC Championship. They don't have much time left happened. So what happened here, Eric?
In what I thought was the best game of the week defensively, both teams played so well. Brock Purdy kind of got it done at the end of the game there to take the Niners up a score, and they never looked back. The Cowboys couldn't get it going on their last drive.
Yeah. Okay, Eric KIRK, really appreciate this. Of course, we've got the Final Four set up for Sunday this weekend, so we'll look forward to more on that. Eric, thanks for the time today. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.